Recovery means to me that you're in a healthy lifestyle and that you adapted your behaviors for the positive.
Sure.
It's not completely, stopping your whole life, but actually learning and progressing to your journey. My path to recovery, I had a lot of alcohol issues from a young age, so I kind of went to recovery. I guess I knew I couldn't drink from like 15 years old, but I continued to drink, and it wasn't until I think it was like 2005 that I actually started to try to quit drinking, try to go to meetings, and I would relapse over and over. In about 2000, it would be like 5 or 6 years, and then I would drink and always do something out of control or use something and get out of control. And in 2017 and 18, when I started going to, by the Valentinos, they had a fire. I'm gonna get it wrong, I think it's Yogoliste. I always get it wrong, but they helped me a lot. Kermit and Deb Valentino, and they started seeing to put me first, because I always had 5 kids, so my kids were first, and they were saying, you start worrying about you. And I think once that started, then that's where my journey began to stay completely sober and start changing my behaviors. And a lot of it, with my sobriety, is the behaviors that went along with it. So it's actually a learning process as you stop drinking. So right now, then I'm like 7.5 years clean and sober. In my recovery, the most important thing was my family. What happened with me was I had 2 daughters that were in active addiction, and I had to be there for them. I mean, I'm the only thing I had for them. So they were part of the push for me to get myself healthy. I couldn't get myself healthy and to help them or to even try to encourage them until my mind was healthy. I was very negative when it came to their drug use, and my addictions. I never seen that way. My thing was, you are doing this type of drugs. What's wrong with you? Stop it. Why are you, I'd make accusations like you're a pincushion. So it was more negative to them and hurt them. So, and now I can actually talk to them openly about different things. It was different. I was always there for them, but would end up into an argument, and then, they would take off, use, or whatever would happen. So, I had to get myself healthy. And that included being sober, that included changing some of my thinking, adapting my behaviors, learning more about just the whole addiction process overall, and just being there as a mother. It's almost learning how to be a mother again after all of this, because I went through years of addiction and they felt that behavior. So then now it's totally different. It made a big difference with my kids and raising them, and talking to them. It's the opening up and being able to talk to someone about addiction and not being judgmental or putting any stigma on is a big thing, and when you're using actively and you're all stigma, because you're not going to see anybody's wrongs because you're hiding everything that you're doing. So that openness is a big change. So once I turned sober, then I could be more open-minded. And I got my one daughter that I think she's over 3.5 years sober on heroin. She was always telling me, Mom, be mindful, be humble, be mindful, humble. All the time she would correct me like, Mom, yeah, be mindful, and that's some of the things that really stick with me. One thing that I wanna, as a mother of addiction, I had the 2 girls that were heroin addicts. Don't give up on them. I had to be sober in order to help them and to move them forward, and that's one thing I really try to promote now is before you try to help your kids, look at your own life and make sure that you are going in the right direction as well. Because you can't take them and put them back in that same behavior, or it's going to just turn around, and that's where all the relapsing happens.